All right, what's going on, guys? This is Garrett here, back with another episode on the channel here. Again, thank you guys so much for all of the love and support here. Today, we're going to be covering the U.S. debt clock and some statistics with this here. So, as you can see, we're rapidly approaching that $35 trillion number here with the national debt. I'm going to be actually focusing specifically on a section here for commodities, specifically gold and silver, and what the Federal Reserve, which is the reporting agency here, I actually wasn't sure where they got this data. It looks like this data comes from the Federal Reserve banks. So this is a reporting entities such as the Federal Reserve banks, and then they use a uh, estimated change based on the debt outstanding. So this app's really cool. Uh, this is actually an app you can buy on your phone, or you can just look it up. Looking it up here, this was free. The app was like $5. Um, but really cool. It shows not only the world, but it also shows state, which is really cool. If you're living here in the U.S., you can see like I'm in Idaho here, which is really cool. Like I can actually come in here and see what the population is. Supposedly we have 8 unemployed people, which is cool. We can see what the GDP is, which is useful information, especially if you're looking at moving to different states. The section specifically though that I wanted to go over here. So this is the commodities section of the U.S. debt clock. And again, this information is reported from the Federal Reserve banks. So I don't know how accurate this actually is. I don't know what kind of regulations or tracking is actually done on this. But give it giving you a rough idea, this is actually really a really cool, interesting tool. It's saying I'm not really sure what this means. The dollar to silver ratio now, like the dollar to silver ratio, obviously isn't 247 dollars per ounce. Right now we're sitting at about $31 per ounce uh, for silver. So I'm not really sure what the math looks like on that. If you have any insight, let me know in the comments section. Same thing with this dollar to silver ratio here. Like in my eyes, this is a forecast of what we're looking at for the price per ounce within the next 5 years and the next 10 years here. And so knowing that, I mean, silver is $31 an ounce today. Um, versus $1,500, and the math on that makes sense. The duality of value with silver. I mean, we're talking it has monetary value as well as industrial value. It's used in everything. It's used in silver. It's used in um, EV, it's used in solar panels, it's used in any sort of sophisticated guidance system for military use. It's used in literally everything, and it's in dwindling supply, like hugely dwindling supply. So it would make sense that this $1,500 per ounce ratio for the next 5 years, like yeah, I absolutely expect it to shoot up based on that information. I expect it to shoot up, um, you know, to a higher amount. The 10 year, like and I'm speculating here, but the 10 year with both gold and silver, this could be factoring in, us opening more mines, us trying to chip away that deficit. Maybe we catch up on the deficit side of things more here. There's been talk of space mining, mining asteroids that could create huge supplies of gold and silver, which would obviously drive down the price, supply and demand here. So I think that this is really interesting. Even just the opportunity, right? Like buying something for $31 that's been value for thousands of years, and then having the opportunity to potentially sell that or leverage that for $1,500, um, or even 1,000, even if this is only half correct. That is a huge number, and definitely a very big opportunity here for for movement there, which is pretty awesome, especially when you're working on wealth or focused on wealth, either wealth preservation or creation, like I am. Those are good numbers. Those are definitely good, interesting numbers to look at here. Um, the other thing that I wanted to cover, our paper to silver ratio or paper to gold ratio, and I'm leaning more on silver because I just being a 25-year-old kid and seeing the value in silver, like I can easily go and buy, an ounce of silver a month, if I so choose, which is pretty. I usually do a little bit more than that, full disclosure, but uh, it- it's a manageable number for most people my age. Most people that are just getting started in this field. Buying an ounce of gold, I mean, gold, you're looking at $2,500 an ounce. That is a big chunk to swallow. Even for me, like I am doing really well in roofing sales right now, actually, and even still, like $2,500 is just a chunk. So I focus more on silver because it's more manageable. There is equal, if not more, opportunity in silver as there is in gold. So just a little backstory on why I focus so much on silver. Jumping into this though, paper to silver ratio. So what does this mean? So the paper to silver, paper to gold ratio, they use what's called it's a derivative, which is an ETF, an exchange traded fund. So if you go on to your brokerage page, you use Robinhood or Cash App or whatever, and you type in GLD or SLV, these these are ETFs. So what it is you're buying into the gold or silver market, but you're buying into the paper market where you basically bought a contract that you own the rights to an ounce of silver, or that's the best way that I could explain it or understand it. So basically you have a receipt saying that you own an ounce of silver. Congratulations. Um, the thing of it is there are 399, 400 other people that say that they own that same 1 ounce of silver. And the whole time it's actually in my vault. There are 400 and almost 402 people to date that have a piece of paper saying that they own the same 1 ounce of silver that's in my vault, which is really crazy when you break that down. Like I have 700 plus ounces of silver at this point. Um, with that multiplier, we're talking there's 280,000 receipts out for the same amount of silver that's in my vault. If that's not concerning, I don't know what is. Like obviously there's some value to having some of these ETFs. If the price does go up, you're looking at a good sized gain, and it's possible. Like one of the positives, for example, with ETFs versus having the physical silver is the ability to sell that is nice. If you can sell it in time, you could click a button and it's liquidated through your brokerage or through that system. Me with my ounce of silver in my vault, I've got to have that shipped over to me or shipped to the dealer that I'm selling it to. And I've got to wait for it to go through, be verified, make sure that everything is good to go, and then I'm finally funded. That process, I've done it quite a few times actually. That process takes a week minimum to be able to liquidate on that, whereas you're click of a mouse and you're done with the paper trading. So there is some value to having some of these ETFs. The problem is counterparty risk. Like what is the likelihood that the person that you're trusting with your funds, with your store of value, what is the likelihood that they're able to pay you back? And if I have it in my hot little hand, if I have that ounce of silver, there I don't have any counterparty risk because I own the actual asset. I have it in my hand. Silver Slayer, and I get a lot of information from Silver Slayer, so I use him as a resource often. But that guy always says, if you can't hold it, you don't own it. And that's definitely like that's applicable here. You know, if you don't have that, there's 400 other people that say they own that 1 ounce. What happens if when all of those people start to redeem those receipts, there's not enough silver to go around? We already know there's not enough silver to go around. So that's, I mean, we're looking at a broken system, which is a little concerning here. So, yeah, thought that was some really interesting tidbits. That's really all I have for a video for us today. I'm sorry I missed last weekend. You know, with 4th of July and everything, I just took some time to hang out with family. I hope you guys did as well. If you liked this video, if you thought this video was interesting, please feel free to, say something in the comments, give me some feedback. Would love some input on this and love what you guys think on this topic here. This has been Garrett. I'm going to go ahead and wind the video down now and hope you have a great day. Bye.